Hello everyone, and welcome back to John and Mandy Go RVing. Hello everyone, we're here today at the 2022 Tampa Bay RV Super Show with Rocco. And he's from the Keystone RV Company, and he's going to show us this new rig here. It is the Fuzion 428.
How you doing, folks? Thanks for having me, John and Amanda. Appreciate it. I'm going to go through the 428 Fuzion here, go through some of the key features, as well as let you see our nice full body paint aspect, because this is a great aspect to be able to display, be able to see it up close and personal. Full body paint is a great option to be able to add to a Fuzion, but either way, the Fuzion's going to look beautiful, right? A lot of key features with the Fuzion. First off, what I'm going to start with is from the ground up. Right off the bat, the EQ Smart Level. Highest rated leveling system in the industry, been used in the high-end motorized for years. We're one of the first fifth wheels to be able to get it. Fully integrates into your in-command system, so you can run and operate the whole system. And what's really nice too with it is it has 12-inch foot pads compared to the competition that uses 8-inch, as well as it uses steel enclosures inside of it instead of aluminum. So when you are actually lifting the unit off the ground, it's not going to sit there and have that aluminum flex and start leaking out your fluids. So another nice key thing with it is it's not one fail, all fail. So the system is all separate. So the pumps are all separate from each other, so you can actually manually override each one individually if needed. Okay. And it's not going to be to the fact of where if one goes out, it has a problem. It's not wiping out your whole system. The other key thing too is instead of using actual hydraulic fluid, we use ATF, automatic transmission fluid. The big reason why we do that is it takes away that fluctuation in the colder temperatures. Okay. Obviously down in Tampa, there's not too much of that, but when you head up to the north, because we do have a lot of people that are using these in all different type of conditions, that ATF allows you to run and operate your leveling system very consistently year round, whether it's cold or hot. You're not going to have that gelling up of the hydraulic fluid like you normally would with all the other brands that are out there. Okay. So that's the first key aspect of things. Another key thing too with the Fuzions, you're going to come on down this way. With the Fuzion 428, we have our nice outside kitchen setup here. Very nice. You got your TV, your refrigerator, and then your cooktop. One of the big things that we do with the cooktop, you'll notice here, usually cooktop's going to be up here at this higher level. We put these little struts on here to basically be able to put it to where it's at a much better level to be able to use, more user-friendly for the customers when it comes to the aspect of actually using the outdoor kitchen. Because it's very difficult in the toy haulers to have an outdoor kitchen that is in a good level, because the toy haulers always set up so much higher.
So if you're short, you won't need a stepping stool.
Exactly, makes it nice for everyone, right? Coming around right through this area here, another big feature that we do, we have the American-made Goodyear tires that we use on all our Fuzions. Big beefy tires, stronger than anything else you're going to see out there in the industry. Real big aspect with it is the sidewalls are reinforced with Kevlar instead of using steel belting. So with the Kevlar, it actually could be thinner, but it actually is stronger than what the steel belting is. So you get the strongest sidewalls of any tire in the industry, highest speed rating of 87 miles an hour, whereas most other brands out there, 75 miles an hour is going to be your max, which is a huge variation. Not that you should ever be driving 87 miles an hour with one of these things, but it gives you that peace of mind you're not maxing out your tires. The tread on it as well, they actually are designed to run much cooler than any tire out there in the industry. So it gives you big perks when you're using the American-made Goodyears. On top of that, with our suspension system, the MORryde CRA 3000, voted best in class the last 6 years straight, uses the rubber instead of metal on metal, so it gives us more cushion aspect. 3 inches of travel up and down, so it gives you overall much better ride, smoother ride when it comes to going down the road. Okay. Dual awnings. So you're going to have your awning coming over on the front section, and then you've got your awning coming off the back section here. So it gives you good coverage throughout your whole campsite in the back area here. Back here, we got our utility center. Utility center is kind of a nice little extra compartment. So usually a lot of people will put like a dovetail storage in. Instead of doing that, we put this outside as storage. easier to get to, gives you this nice little shelf here to be able to use, whether you're working on something, you don't want to set tools on the ground. The other nice thing too is, I like to, you know, use this more of, like we say, the utility center. There's more to it than just a storage compartment. You've got 110 and USB ports inside here, so you've got outlets to be able to plug things in, whether you need to charge your phone, you need to plug in a power tool to work on something, you've got that ability. You can even take your blender out here, mix in smoothies or whatever you want, you know, you can have a crock pot out sitting out here plugged in. Keeps that ability to do a lot more when, you know, instead of just storing stuff. But it does give you that nice little extra storage. You can take your straps and everything when you get to your location, throw them in there, wet goods, whatever, get them in there. So it's out of the garage area and put in a spot that's easy accessible when it's time to go and get everything torn down. With Fuzion in the 2022s, we went to on-demand hot water. With the on-demand hot water, we're using the Gerard GSW H2 system. Nice aspect with that system is it's going to be able to give you that hot water very quickly. It's a very simple, easy system. This has a heat element in there to be able to have that system shut down to where it's going to keep that thing warm in there and not have your lines freeze up inside there. So
that's good to have.
Most of the hot waters that are out there on demand do not have that, and they recommend once it gets below 40 degrees that you have to sit there and winterize your system. With this, you don't have to deal with that. You can use it in the colder temperatures because it's got that heat element to be able to keep that area nice and warm in there and not have to worry about it freezing up over time. It is only through propane, so basically it's going to run just through propane. It's not the old style gas electric setup, but with the propane it's very efficient. You're not going to burn through very much propane because of how small and minute those tubes are that are in there with the water running through, so the flames don't have to be that big to be able to heat it up quickly. So nice little extra feature for the 2022 aspect. Convenience center wise, give you some extra aspects of simple, easy setup with your levers here, your blue and white levers. It tells you for all the different things what you're doing, quick and easy setup aspect. You can run all your lines right up through this little opening here, so you can close this door up and have it all set up. You've got your outside shower, you've got your key TV ports in here. The nice thing obviously too with this key TV aspect is all of the not only Fuzion but Keystone products have added in this little blue roof mount aspect. So you actually have satellite prep roof mount for a spot up top to where on the WineGuard 360 Air Plus, you just have to mount the satellite, connect up your coax line, and then you just would pop this out, disconnect your blue line from the cap here, and then plug it right into your satellite feed right here. So makes it easier for being able to do that without having to have a bunch of extra service stuff that's taken care of at the dealership. So, you've got a couple of your tank levers in here, and this gives you the ability to do any winterizing, city fill, power fill, as well as flushing your black tanks. So this connected in here will go to both black tanks in this unit to be able to fully flush them out.
Very nice.
I talked about the EQ Smart Level a little bit when we were around the side, but this gives you a little bit better aspect of things. What's really nice is to do all this, everything's always going to be color coded with them when it comes to the hoses and the lines. And all of the hoses and fittings are produced at Equalizer Systems. The other brands out there that people are using, they're having to cut the hoses and crimp the fittings in the plant that they're building these units. So it's not coming directly from the manufacturer of the actual hydraulic system. So with this, everything comes from Equalizer Systems, so you don't have to worry about anything being a little off or a fitting not getting crimped quite right. It's all machine done consistently, not hand done in a plant.
Gotcha.
You got your keypad here as well to be able to run and operate the whole system. What's other nice thing too is that it actually has an app that you can run and operate right through your phone. On this system, you can go into your settings and your apps down here at the bottom, and once you download like your Jensen J control, your EQ Smart Level, your Victron Solar, all those things can be turned on to where when you put the little check marks in there, you go back to your home screen, you have everything right there. So your Jensen J control, your solar, Victron Solar, and your EQ Smart Level, to where if you need to operate those things once you're linked up, you can open it up directly right from that. So simplifies it, puts everything in one spot, so you're not having to go in and out of different things overall.
Now, is that a Bluetooth function or?
Bluetooth function, all
Okay.
through Bluetooth. Yep.
Gotcha.
So obviously with your in-command, you've got other functions when it comes to the global connect. That'll be a little different when it comes to like your leveling. That's always going to just be through Bluetooth. So
Okay.
when you're around your unit. In the front here as well, we got a couple extra little things that we do. One of those is going to be our store more front storage. Great aspect with this storage compartment because it allows you now to take things like your patio steps, shove them in here, folding tables, folding chairs, bag chairs, shove them in here. You want someone that wants to go crazy with solar? Well, guess what? You can end up starting to put like lithium batteries inside here to be able to connect up to your system and have a larger battery bank. There's a 3/4 wall in here, and then there's openings on the other side over here that you can run the lines right through to connect up to the other batteries on the other side there. So it gives you more space. And inside here, your opening is going to be about 57 inches by 12 inches. But when you go inside, it's 58 inches, 28 inches deep, and then 22 inches in height. So you can actually stack stuff inside there and get more than what you think in just this little storage compartment. So just gives you a lot more. You're still going to always have a generator with every Fuzion, part of the standard build. Then you're going to have your LP tanks as well. So well, I like to throw that in there because there are a lot of brands right now that are not putting generators on units because they're not able to get them. All right, let's go check out the inside of this Fuzion 428. One thing that you have, and it's going to be every Fuzion, not just the Fuzion 428, but every Fuzion is going to be a bed slide setup. So all of them are going to always have the east-west bed, and then you're going to have dual closets up front. So it gives you a lot of different space up there. So you got your main closet here, then you're also going to have your washer dryer prep. The nice part about the washer dryer prep aspect is this is going to all be right inside here, and you've got the ability to put washer dryer down below here and still have area to this folding shelf as well as towel or closet rod to be able to hang stuff up. This also allows you to do a vented dryer, which is a huge thing when you think about most toy haulers. Your setup for washer dryer prep is in the garage. Back there you're always going to be doing a ventless style, which is not going to be near as efficient as being able to vent that dryer. So it's going to take a lot longer to dry clothes when it comes to the overall aspect of doing your laundry.
Okay.
So gives you that dual closet still, and like I said, you still have this extra space in here, and just closes right up for when you're ready to go. Another nice thing too about all of our mattresses are going to be the full 80-inch long mattresses. Most of the brands out there are going to be using the 74, 76-inch ones. So if you do decide you want to replace it, you got to deal with getting a shortened mattress because your bed base isn't built long enough to be able to handle it. Even with it being a bed slide, we still give you your underbed storage. So you still have ample storage under the bed, your main closets here. So it's going to still give you a lot of different things to do, put back up here. Your dresser as well. And then you get this nice TV setup even with the window. The windows on the sides, on the inside area here, they're also going to be have the ability to open up, so you're going to have that cross ventilation. If you don't want to run your ACs, you want to just open those windows up. And another nice thing too, it's kind of hard to see, but underneath here you got your shelf, and then you got the smaller shelf underneath, and then you've got USB ports there to be able to plug in and charge your phone. You've got outlets on the side too, so if you ever have to put like a CPAP machine or anything, you can plug right into that as well.
Okay.
And that outlet is going to also be part of the 7 outlets that are prepped for the solar. So that makes it nice if you do have the inverter with the solar aspect. You're going to be able to have power right from that through the batteries themselves that your solar panels are charging. So gives you a little bit more with that. Dual entrance on your bathroom, you'll notice here, so you can get in and out, and you don't have to worry about going out into the hallway to get into your bathroom from your main cabin here. One thing you'll notice too at the base there, for our 2022s, we switched over our and put a kick plate in to go along with your central vac. Kick plate up top here to be able to sweep everything up front, in your bedroom area, and then down below at the base of the steps, you're going to have another kick plate down there to be able to connect, be able to kick up and be able to sweep everything in quick and easy. So a little extra thing makes it easier, quicker cleaning up when it comes to your camping fun. You'll notice a big aspect that's different in the 428 comparative to most brands. Most brands you're going to have like an island in here to take up space. With the 428, we did something different because we have other models with islands. We wanted to have something that was more of an open concept because a lot of people like to have space. You got a lot of people camping that have big dogs. This gives a nice area for them to be able to lay down and they're not tripping over them as they're walking through. Another thing that you have inside most units in the main cabin is you just have couches. You never have something that turns into a bed. With this, we give you an extra little feature. Not only do you have your 3 recliners here, you have the nice flip down center area so that you can be able to have USB and 110 power if you need to charge things up. On top of that, the other couch over here with your cross conversational seating, this will fold out into a bed. So then you have a nice tri-fold bed here without obstructing your whole walkway area. So it's going to give you another spot for be able to sleep people if need be. So gives you that main cabin space. And even when that bed's out, you still have a lot of space at the end of that bed here to be able to maneuver and do things. So it's not going to take away your whole space overall when you have the bed set up. You're always going to get your nice fireplace. You're going to get the nice Jensen entertainment system. One nice thing with this Jensen entertainment system is it gives you the ability to do multiple functions. A lot of people don't know about the different multiple functions. First off, when it comes to your zones, you have Zone A, which is your main cabin, Zone B, which is your garage, and then Zone C, which is outside. You can adjust the volume in all the different zones separately. So Zone A, I can go to Zone B and adjust that, and Zone C and adjust that. One other key thing a lot of people don't know about on this system is when you are in that zone, you'll notice that that's flashing. If I want to go to Zone A and say I want to change it and watch a DVD, I can go to HDMI ARC. I'm going to be watching a DVD on my TV here, listening through the speakers inside your main cabin here. Then I can go to my Zone B and C, and I can adjust that to where I'm listening to AM, FM, or streaming Bluetooth.
Okay.
So you can have 2 functions going at the same time. You can be listening to the music outside there and watching TV in here, or DVD in here through the speakers. So you're not going to have any, big difference when it comes to, being stuck doing one thing throughout the whole aspect. You can have them all linked and working on the same channels, but you can then also change it in case you want something different. Okay. So, little extra feature. And this does have an app called J-Control. You can download the app, link up that app, and once you do that, then your phone basically becomes your remote to do all those different functions and features. So you don't have to worry about coming in here to constantly do it if you're running streaming Bluetooth or something outside.
Gotcha.
So you got your big 50-inch TV. Another nice thing with this unit is this huge pantry you get. Nice huge walk-in pantry that you can be able to use and set and put a lot of different items inside there. You don't see pantries this size in a lot of toy haulers. Most of the time it's just little cabinets that they can call the pantry area. So this gives you a nice big huge pantry area. And one really great feature with this, even when these slides are fully in, you have full access to get in here and walk down the center, get access to your pantry as well as your refrigerator. And you don't see that in a lot of toy haulers as well because it's really difficult to have that set up because usually there's an island or something that's going to block you from being able to get access to that. So another nice little feature that you get with having this openness on this 428 unit. All of our cabinetry is going to be the solid wood. You've got the nice soft close hidden hinges, so it makes it nice and decorative. The magnetic catches, so it's going to hold it closed. It's not going to bounce open as you're driving down the road. Wraparound counter space to give you a little extra counter space. You got your nice backsplash, and then you've got your cutting board style kitchen covers, sink covers here. Stove wise, with this nice little aspect set up here, you've got the Suburban Elite cooktop with that nice bigger stove down below or oven down below. But what's really great is this is a deep slide, so it actually gives you some extra counter space back behind there that you don't see in a lot of other brands. Usually it'll stop right here. So if you want to set, coffee pot or different things back there, you can have those set back there and not have to worry about having them taking up space back here. So you can actually have it set up off to the side here. You do also have on all of your Fuzions the nice large style convection microwave oven, so you can do different types of cooking right in that and not have just a standard microwave. Nice little extra feature here too. You've seen a lot of toy haulers, but what we got here is the vapor door. I like to talk about the vapor door because there's a nice thing with the vapor door. Not only does it do vapors, because a lot of people are getting toy haulers per se that they're buying them for second bedrooms. They're buying them for offices. You know, different things nowadays comparative to what it used to be just bringing your toys along. So with having this set up and that vapor seal, not only does it do the vapors, but it does sound too. So if you're listening to something or doing something out in the garage area, something different in the main cabin, you're not drowning each other out. So it gives it ability to have that separation and be able to do multiple things in the different zones and not have to worry about each other drowning each other out. So coming out here into the garage area though, we do some little different things with when it comes to our tie downs. Most brands you're gonna have a D-ring. You're gonna probably have 9 or 11 of them inside here, right? Those D-rings are gonna be screwed down into the floor. You know, they might be a big beefy ring, but you gotta look at your weakest point. The ring itself is not the weakest point. The screws going into your floor, the wood decking, or even into the beams itself is gonna be a lot weaker than what that ring itself is. With ours, all of ours are welded directly to the frame. We even upgraded it and added extra spots to be able to tie things down. So each one of our spots, this is called our adjust-to-track tie-down system. You've got 4 points of contact in each one of these. There's 9 spots on the main base of the floor here. Each one of those rungs is rated at 5,000 pounds. So strongest in the industry, all welded to the frame, never have to worry about them ripping out. I actually had a kind of a crazy story I'll let you know about, that one of our customers that bought a unit unfortunately was in an accident to where they ended up off the side of the road. Their unit rolled over. Guy had his Harley in the back, and he didn't really, you know, when people talk about the fact of, you know, you can actually we've got a video out there where we flipped a unit over, had a side-by-side connected to it, shook it to show how strong our tie downs are. Well, this guy got back to the area there when his unit's flipped upside down, opens up the door. What does he find? His Harley basically just connected still to the tie downs, dangling from the ceiling. Didn't move at all, was still there even with the unit rolled over and flipped over. So shows how strong these tie downs really are. And with this, having those extra spots, you have 38 points of contact in here to be able to tie things down. Each one of those 38 points rated at 5,000 pounds. So nice aspect when, you know, comes to your Fuzion units. You do have your half bath back here as well with your 428. So it's going to give you that space, and you'll notice the half bath never will take up any garage space. All of our half baths protrude into the main cabin area, so you don't have to worry about it, you know, eating up any of your garage space back here. We try and do some other little things to try and help out, alleviate the aspect of, like talked about, taking your patio steps and putting them up front in that, you know, store more front storage. Another key thing we have is going to be the what we call the super storage.
Ooh.
The super storage gives you another nice little feature. You actually can take and put your bunk ladder up top here, get it out of the way, strap it in and lock it in place. You have cargo nets here to be able to store things in, but it's also, this is a solid door. You can take like a fishing pole mount or a gun mount, put that on there and close those things right up inside here and not have to worry about having them in the way. So
Very nice.
we're taking that bunk ladder. The key thing was getting that bunk ladder from having to have it back here, because most people, they'll just throw the bunk ladder up on top of the bunk. Well, then when you get to your location, that thing may have slid off and it's sitting on top of your toys or your Harley or whatever you got back here, and then you're upset, right? Or you got to try and find a spot to strap it down in the garage area. So we try and alleviate those issues and find spots for the different things so that what you're putting back here is just your toys or whatever you want to put back here, not having to find different things that we sent along with you on the unit to be able to, you know, have a spot to put, you know, different things. So we took away the patio aspect of your patio steps. You don't have to strap those down back here. Took away your bunk ladder. The other thing was that washer dryer prep, where most brands are going to have that right here, taking up space. Your Fuzion garage area is now old school. I mean by old school, you're not having those extra things here. Before you had patios, before you had washer dryer preps, before you had bunks. It was just a garage to put your toys. Well, with Fuzion, it's just a garage to put your toys again. So simplifies it, makes it easier for the customers. You do have your nice Happy Jack bed system here, queen over queen bunks. These will roll over into sofas here. So it gives you that extra space. You have a table you can put right through here, be able to sit down and be able to eat if you want. You do also get have your sliding rear patio door here. Nice thing is it uses these glass panels, so you can actually have screen, or you can have the glass panels all the way up or in different sections to be able to change how much airflow you have coming through here. But it gives you the ability then to close off the area and have quick, easy access in and out without having that pull-up screen that you're sitting there constantly having to pull up and down to get in and out. So simplifies it, makes it easy for them. These will swing open as well, so when you're unloading and unloading, quick and easy. And if you ever get to the point where you need to take these out, this section panel can easily be taken out quick. All you do is unscrew these two little silver screws up here in the corner, and when you have this open, you'll see this little pivot point. Basically, you just line it up with this line, and you can slot this whole two-piece door section out and lift it up and get it out of the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it gives just an extra little feature to be able to remove the doors if need be, to be able to have more space loading and unloading and different things like that. So another unique thing that you'll have with Fuzion, if you look up top here, you'll notice there's no ductwork coming back here in the garage area. The big reason we don't do that is because we have a true triple AC system that you can run all three airs at the same time on 50 amp service. You can even run two if you're only stuck in 30 amp service. You can run them off your generator as well. But it's really nice because they're high efficiency units. They only draw 11.8 amps. So that's a much lower amp draw than what you're seeing on other standard ACs out there. With doing that, and not having to run any ductwork back here, we decided to do just a direct dump AC. So our two front ACs are ducted together in a racetrack ductwork system, but with this back one, it's direct dump. And the three reasons we did that is because if you think about the fact of, if you got your patio open all day and you got ductwork running into your garage, you're basically losing air from your main cabin outside. With this, you're closing it off. You've got the vapor seal. When you close that, it's going to keep whatever's running in there in there. The other big thing, if you bring something in that's giving off fumes, those fumes can get in that ductwork. Well, if you got that as part of the big loop, you can spread those fumes into your main cabin. The other key thing is when you're ready to actually cool the garage area, with this being direct dump, it's going to cool it a lot quicker because it's only focusing on the garage area. It's not having to run through a racetrack ductwork system and slowly bring the temperature down. So you're going to get a much cooler, quicker aspect when it comes to the nighttime and you want to start tearing things down and you want to sleep, but you want to make sure you have that cool air. It's going to cool it a lot quicker back here. So
Okay.
So a lot of things that you got with the Fusions you don't really think about, you know, but they're there, right? We kind of keep some of it hidden in a way, but this is great because it gives the ability to get more of the information out to, you know, you guys and the customers.
Definitely.
So,
Help the viewers out decide on what they want.
the last thing back here is going to be then your TV. This TV is on a drop-down bracket, so you can pop it out and bring it down, so it's going to give you the ability to have it at a much better viewing angle. You're not cranking your neck if you're sitting on the sofas, and even if you're out on the patio, you can still see it.
Definitely a nice feature to have there.
And if you get that crazy kid that wants to play video games laying on the floor, you always tilt it and be laying on the floor.
There
Or
you
doing
go.
your workouts on the floor. You can be watching TV doing it that way. So just gives you a little extra things to do. Well, that's about it.
Well, thanks, Rocco. We appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, no problem at all. Anytime.